Black people, whenever this happens to you guys, anywhere, just do this exact thing that you're saying. You know, a lot of them has forgotten that this is not our forefathers. This was not decades. This was not the centuries that they left. This was not a time that we can literally go and pick cottons. This is the time for them to also pick cottons for us and serve us. So whenever you experience any of these, just do this that you're about to watch immediately. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credits belong to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you, liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And with that being said, let's dive right into this video. I'll be back with commentaries. Let's go watch, guys.
Worker kept following me, so I gave her work to do.
I'm about to leave some shit for her to pick. Here, you can come pick this up right here. If you want to come follow. How you? Huh? You can come pick all that up if you want to stay here and keep on following me.
Oh,
and everything.
No,
There's some mark right here.
No. I was acting. I
You
have
was
no idea
what?
what you're doing. I was figuring out how to use
Yeah,
it.
because I noticed the whole time I was here. I see her walk right here. You walk behind me. I walked over. You walk behind me and everything. So I left you something over here if you need some work. There's some right there. I don't even want the shit that I'm buying anymore. It's so weird.
These women were so rude and
she's
wanted
being
to
very
act
disrespectful.
dumbfounded when I started recording.
Because you're being disrespectful. Have the same energy while you're on camera. You're being very disrespectful.
I feel so bad for her.
No, I feel bad for you because you're a Karen.
Go.
No. Yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you.
This lady cop racially profiled two black men and accused them of stealing from a phone shop with zero proof. She demanded their IDs with no legal basis, but one of them knew his rights and shut her down instantly.
If you were called over here and you're just telling me about everything that has nothing to do while you were called over here, and we just like, yo, can we leave?
Can I drive off?
Well, if you hit my foot, then that's going to be an assault on officer.
All right,
Can you move your foot? I don't have to give you an ID just because you asked for it.
Right now, I'm asking, so I say, hey, I spoke with John Smith. Well, how do you know John Smith is John Smith?
Right.
Well, that's because John Smith gave me his state-issued ID. And I have a feeling you're about to run just based on your body language.
Bro, get in the car, bro. Just like, can I leave now, though?
Can you go talk to them inside to make sure they're not committing a crime and I'm unaware of it?
What crime we doing? Can we leave?
You're loitering is what you're doing.
No, you saying we loitering. We're not loitering.
Am I being detained right now?
At this point in time, we've confirmed that no, they don't want to do anything else.
Hey, bro, I'm finna go. I'm finna leave, though. Because you just said I'm not being
bye,
detained.
CJ.
This lady cop racially profiled.
So you said you were going to call the cops on me for what again?
I mean, if you want to keep insisting that's 127.
No, I came in here and I let you know that I was, my friend is at 127 and I was gonna put something on the room. And so you were saying, well, no, I couldn't do that. So I got her on the phone and I came back in here and I said, well, I'm gonna take her this stuff and meet her at the elevator. After that, you said you'll call the cops. I never insisted that you let me upstairs.
Okay.
You went straight to calling the cops.
Yes, you're right. I understand. That's my mistake. Like I said, you can wait for her down here and she can come.
And I have no problem with that.
Okay, perfect.
I never said that I didn't want to wait downstairs. Okay. You never gave me that option.
Yes,
you went
you're
straight
right.
to calling the
I apologize
police.
for that.
So,
Okay.
yeah. What's your name?
Christina.
And this is just to show how black people are profiled and we have the police sent on us for absolutely no reason when we are not being aggressive or hostile. But the same people that voted for Trump are now seeing what we go through 10 times worse. Hey, look, you about to watch me make a video. I'm gonna make it anyway. Wait a minute. You were the dude maybe not last week or the weekend before. You were trying to pressure me about coming into the building.
I have friends you did.
Maybe I was like.
You did. You even followed me up to the floor where I had to go.
I didn't.
You did.
I followed you. I live on this floor, so if I followed you up, I just live on this floor.
But you pressed me about getting into the building as if I didn't have friends who live down here.
I don't know people.
I'm not coming down here if I don't know people. I know people.
People be doing that.
You know.
People be doing that. You know, I'm just like.
Not me.
Like, you know somebody.
It's not.
So, J.C. Penney's had a Labor Day sale today, and this is how it went. Okay, but you chose me. There's no other blacks in the store, but you chose us to follow around the store. There are other people. I haven't seen any. But you made it your business. I have been paying attention to you. I have been paying attention to you. But this is the thing. I didn't say anything about theft. You brought up theft. I didn't say anything about that. I said you've been following us around the store and you brought up theft, which brings me to the conclusion that you think that we're stealing. Because you brought up theft. I didn't bring up theft, you brought it up.
If you were not thinking that, and we're not concerned.
No, that's what you were thinking. That's what you were thinking. That's what you were thinking.
I'm thinking that you ladies have been in here for a while. It's got nothing to do with your race. You have 2 full cards. And this is
so we got a time limit.
So we can't. That don't make sense. Y'all have doorbusters and stuff. That don't even make sense.
We have a capacity of the baskets.
No, you do not.
Because it's 2 people.
It is.
If I had 10 baskets, I got the money for it.
And that's fine. You guys are welcome to shop here all you want. But when we've had a history of theft from people who
we ain't got no history.
People that's in the store, of all the people that is in the store, you chose us to follow around the store.
Would you like an explanation?
I'm asking you.
Would you like an explanation?
Yeah, I would.
Well, then let me finish. When this store has an incident, and time again, of people of all colors grabbing multiple baskets and filling them. I'm speaking. If you're not going to
you are speaking, but it's 2 people, right? But it's two people, right? It's 2 people, right? So she can have a basket and I can have a basket. Yeah, J.C. Penney Karen. Yeah, J.C. Penney Karen is what I called you, because that's what you are.
Ma'am, you have
That's
no
what you
idea.
are. Yeah, J.C. Penney Karen, because you brought up theft, but you want to walk off on a conversation because that's what you are.
I'm
you
walking
brought up
off
theft.
because you will not let me finish a
You're walking
sentence.
off because you're wrong. That's why you're walking off.
Because
you're walking
you
off
have
because
no
you're
idea why
I don't
did
have to
it.
have an idea.
Well, then, if you've got
I don't have to have an idea, but I have an issue with you following us around the store. We're the only blacks in here.
No, you were
There's
not.
multiple people in here, but you brought up theft. Customers. There's multiple.
Well, then you are not walking through the entire store because there have been several.
I walked through the entire store, and you followed us around the entire store.
Yes, I did.
But why?
Because for one, you ladies were acting suspicious.
Black.
Suspicious?
No.
How are we acting suspicious? Can you give me one incident?
You're hovering over in our bedding area, which is like the highest point of theft lately.
Okay, so again, you brought up theft. So I can't come in here and buy a best friend.
Why did you approach me just now?
Why did I tell you that I approached you?
Because you came over here after we done been through the whole store.
I told you
I came over here because this gentleman.
I know that's why he called you over here. But my thing is, when I said something over there in the women's department, that's when you got ghosted and we didn't see you no more. But you followed us from bedding and you brought up
theft. You didn't say anything to me in the women's department.
I said something in general, but you heard me and I didn't see you anymore.
The last time I spoke with you was right here behind this
That's the
wall
only
when I
time you
asked
spoke
you
to us.
if there was anything
That's the
I
only
can
time you
help you
spoke
with.
to us, but you had
And
brought
right
up theft
after I
several
said
times.
that, the two of you ladies
there's no
took
other,
off and bounced
there's
through
no,
the rest
there's
of the
several
store.
colored people out in here, but you chose us out of all the people to follow around here. Then you're saying that theft, again, you brought up theft, is the highest place that they go over there to steal. So I gotta just go in and pick up one comforter. I can't look and see which bargains or what, because there is a twin, a fool, a queen, and a king.
You ladies are more than welcome to shop here.
There's a twin, so I got a time limit. Let me know if I got a time limit to be out in bedding or in bras or in towels. Is that it?
Take your time shopping.
Is that it?
But when we've had a high consistency of theft,
but you keep bringing up theft. You keep bringing up theft. Yeah, I do mind. Yeah, I do mind.
Then it's over.
Yeah, I do mind. Okay, J.C. Penney Karen.
Okay, then.
Okay, J.C. Penney Karen. That's all I wanted to do. I call a spade a spade. Thank you, JC Penney Karen.
You're very welcome. And you have a wonderful
Yeah, I
day.
know, and you too, JC Penney Karen. I'm looking suspicious.
I am so livid right now. This happens every single time that I'm not there with my mother. My mother and my aunt were racially profiled and discriminated against, and they are the sweetest. I swear to God, they never do it to the right person. It's always the sweetest, always the patient, always the soft-spoken people that these people like to attack. But anyways, Luisa Rosa, Dakota Croxton at this home care business, racially profiled, insulted, stereotyped my aunt and my mother. When they first got there, they checked in and they were told that they were late, and this is something that would reflect to them on how they work. When in reality, they checked in on time. Their organization and communication of the company lacked, so therefore the interviewer came 2 minutes later than when they checked in, or 2 minutes later than when they had the appointment. 2 minutes! And then we're told that you people are never on time. You people. Really? In 2026 we're doing this? Not only were they stereotyping by suggesting that black people are always late, but they also told them that they didn't qualify to work there because of their accent and were called foreign. You're foreign. Mind you, these are two U.S. citizens for more than 30 years. More, maybe. And then told them they didn't qualify because of their hijab, and then the fact that they have an accent would cause difficulty with communication. Mind you, they have an accent, but they speak fluent English. You can understand what they're saying. Mind you, these are two women who've worked in home care, elderly care, child care for more than I've been alive on this earth. They do have qualifications. That's not the problem. If the problem is these people are Islamophobic and they're racist. That's the only problem here. I don't even care if they were late, which they weren't. You people are always late is insanity. It's insanity. Calling somebody foreign or saying that their hijab and the way they like to dress is wrong has no place here at all. I am so livid. My hands are shaking. All I know is I'm not letting this shit pass. Every single time it happens, they will be on blast. And thank God I have a fucking platform to post it on. I hope they see this. Again, Dakota Croxton, Luisa Rosa. The fact that the name Luisa Rosa, don't even get me started. Honestly, don't even get me started. I'm pissed off. You guys know what to do. I'm disgusted.
A white woman on my flight told me that I was sitting in her seat and asked me if I was even supposed to be sitting in first class. So I had booked a 3-hour domestic trip with Alaskan Airlines, and I booked a first class ticket, and I was supposed to be sitting in row 4D, as in Delta. Now there's only 2 chairs on each side of the aisle, so in my mind it was A, B, and then C, D. I briefly looked at the picture by the overhead bins, but again, I was like, oh, D, window, cool. So I get into my row and I proceed to start putting my stuff down. I kid you not, I had not even been there 10 seconds because I wasn't even fully sitting down. I think I had like my knee in the seat because I was about to get my headphones out. And I hear, "You're in my seat," very aggressively. Now, mind you, it kind of throws me off. I'm a little taken back because normally if you're in the wrong seat, somebody's like, "Hey, excuse me, I think you're in my seat." But this woman immediately, aggressively is like, "You're in my seat." My brain is not registering her tone and her attitude quick enough because it caught me off guard. And she looks at me again and says, "I am seat 4F. You're in my seat." Now, the second time my brain registered because I looked at her and I was like, "I heard you the first time." My whole attitude changes. She's taken aback by my response, and I'm trying to get out of my row so I can again look at this picture, because when you say that you're in seat F, I'm like, there's 4 seats. Like, this is not a 3. So my brain is not, again, registering how there's an F in this first class row. But sure enough, the first class was labeled A and C, and then D and F. So she in fact was the window seat, which was fine because I prefer the aisle. I can't remember what she says next, but it was something along the lines of like, yeah, you're in my seat, like I told you. It's not what she said, but it was something along those lines. So I'm thinking out loud because I'm still trying to register how there's an F, like D and F. And as I am scooting out to let this woman into her seat, she looks at me and says, "Are you even supposed to be sitting in first class?" So I look at her and I'm like, no, I'm just sitting here for shits and giggles. I'm just sitting in a first class seat to keep it warm for the rightful passenger to come sit in the seat. Why would I be sitting in first class if my seat is not in first class? So the guy boarding behind me like bust out laughing. And now I'm like internally fuming because I've never encountered a Karen in the wild. And it was only the mental threat of getting put on a no-fly list that I literally decided not to say anything further. But what's crazy is that people in 2026 are still comfortable with this type of behavior and then expecting for people not to clap back or to respond to blatant racism and disrespect. But people like that are the reason why I will never stop taking up space. And I will continue to position myself in ways and in places that make people uncomfortable.
Story time on how I was racially profiled 2 days in a row at my local beauty supply. So today is April 11th. The first time, well, not the first time, like I said, this is my local beauty supply. I come here weekly. But I came here on April 9th. And that day I just came in looking for something. I take my graduation pictures tomorrow. And long story short, I ended up in the wig section. And I have found one wig out of the hundreds of wigs that they have in there. Now, in this specific beauty supply, they have a wig room. But outside of the wig room, the wall is also lined with wigs, and that's where I found the wig that I wanted. So I pick up the wig, I'm checking it out. I'm like, I think this is what I'm looking for, but I was like 90% certain, but not 100%. And what would have made it 100% is if I had a wig brush or a comb to straighten the hair out, because it was a display wig, and that was the only wig left. I checked all the wigs around, and there was not one. So I'm like, okay, cool. If I wanted this one, I would have to take the display wig, which is fine for me, because if you guys don't know, they're supposed to give you money off on your display wigs because they're the display wig. So I'm like, well, at least if nothing else, I will get my 10% off. As I'm looking at this wig, someone approaches me, like a worker approaches me, and she asks if she can help me. So I said, no thanks, but if you could I borrow a wig brush or a comb? And she looks at me and she says no. So I wasn't expecting a no, honestly. And so I was like, oh, okay, like no worries then. And at this point I had the wig in my hand because, like I said, I was 90% certain that I was gonna get it, but not 100%. So once she said no, I'm like, well, that was weird, but we in a beauty supply, so let me just go to the brush and comb aisle and find me a wig brush or a Y2 comb so I could just comb it out myself and see if I want it or not. If I don't want it, I'm just gonna put it back on the mannequin head and leave. And so as I'm walking away to do this, the lady is following me, and she's like, excuse me, can I put that wig in a wig bag for you? And I assume she asked because, like I said, it was a display wig, so yeah. I looked at her, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of irritated with her because she told me no and she was fully capable of helping. So I was just like, no. And then I kept walking, but she kept following me. And so I was like, but because she followed me, I'm like, well, I don't need your help, but I do need that wig brush or a comb. And so she was like, no, just use your hand. And she's like, a brush is going to ruin the wig. First of all, how is a brush going to ruin the wig? Like, I'm not understanding. A wig brush is going to ruin a wig? A white comb is going to ruin a wig? Like, what do you think I'm going to do? Rake the hair out? But okay. And so I looked at her in that moment, and I'm like, this wig is synthetic, so it's going to hold its curl. Like, I'm not going to ruin the wig. She's just like, no, use your hand. Use your hand. So, I don't know. It's the way it was her tone of voice. Not necessarily that she was saying something wrong. I mean, she refused to help me, but I mean, I could have helped myself. But once she started trying to tell me that I was going to ruin something and was just treating me like I didn't know what I was talking about, mind you, it's an Asian woman, and I don't know, like, you're not wearing a wig. Like, do you even wear wigs? I don't know. So I kind of felt a way about her trying to tell me about something that I am very knowledgeable about. And so honestly, I put the wig back on the mannequin head, and I had some earrings. I put those earrings back and I left, and I just went down the street to another beauty supply. So that wraps up day one. Day two, I come back to the same beauty supply because I couldn't find nothing at the other beauty supply, and I'm weighing my options at home like, I didn't have an idea at first, but honestly I think a synthetic wig would be great because it's my graduation picture. So if I do my real hair, we want curls, so I know once I get out in the elements, the curls are gonna fall. Whereas a synthetic wig, the curls will not fall even if you brush them, right? So I'm like, that actually was the best option that I found. And so by the time I'm thinking to get up and go get it, it's 7:45 and the store closed at 8. So I drive back up here, and I already know what the wig is, but today I have a new plan. So because it was such a big deal yesterday about wig brushes and combs, I'm like, I'm just gonna go grab a wide tooth comb before I even get to the wig. That way, if the wig is still kind of like disheveled and like froofed around, I'm just gonna tidy it up, you know? I had a foolproof plan. So that's what I did. I came in, I grabbed the comb, and I went straight back to the wig, and I took it off the mannequin head. When I approached the mannequin head, would you believe that it was brushed out? So that means after I left yesterday, the lady took some time to brush the wig herself. Isn't that crazy? So I head towards the checkout. This time though, I popped my head in the wig room and there was no one in there. And actually today I was going to ask for a bag for the wig because I wanted one today, even though I didn't yesterday. But there was no one in there. So I headed up to the front. And as I'm on my way up to the front, I was looking at the wig. I'm like, oh, this hairline kind of, like, I'm going to need to put it on my mannequin head and like fix it up. And so I'm like, I need more T-pins because I just do. So I go down the aisle where the T-pins at, and I'm holding the wig in my hand looking for the T-pins. As I'm looking for them, I feel somebody quickly approaching me. So naturally, I turn my head, and it's one of the workers. I know he's a worker because this is my local beauty supply. And he looks pissed. So I'm just like, first I'm checking it out. Did y'all know he walks up on me, holding the wig in my hand? This is the wig, by the way. This is me holding the wig in my hand in the aisle looking at the T-pins. And he come up on me, and he tried to snatch the wig from me. So again, naturally, I go, because what's going on? And he says, give me my display wig back. I said, huh? Because I ain't never been walked up on like that. I've never been talked to in a purse like that. So I'm like, huh? And he gets louder. He says, give me my display wig back. I genuinely didn't know what to say because I've experienced prejudice, racism, biases that people have. Mind you, I'm not an argumentative person. So all I could do, like, this is my response. Excuse me? I'm a paying customer. Could you treat me with some respect? But I'm not gonna lie, I said that double the volume that he just yelled at me with because you got the wrong one on the right day. You didn't ask me questions. I never even seen you this whole entire time I was in the store, which made me just like, everyone in the store was watching me. I came back in here, I headed straight towards the combs, and I went straight to the wig, and then I took the wig off. But after that, I went straight to the cashier. And I don't know if you thought I was heading towards the door, but if you thought that, you could have asked that, and you never did. You tried to snatch something out of my hand. I said, huh? And then you reached to snatch it out of my hand again. So I'm in the aisle like, do I leave again or what? No, I'm not leaving because I want this wig. And I'm not letting nothing get in the way of my graduation pictures because you paid a fee one time, you get the pictures for life. I'm going to look how I want to look. I'm going to wear what I want to wear, and I'm going to take the pictures where I want to take them at. I'm not letting nobody get in the way of that, not even these people. And I know good and goddamn well I should not have spent a penny in there. I should have walked back out like I did the day before. But the only reason why I bought something is because that's what I wanted. I'm not going to find it nowhere else. I'm not even going to try. It's here right now. Let me get it. So immediately I walk up to the cashier. But this time though, now I'm pissed. Because this is the second day in a row that I came in here and y'all treated me less than. You treated me other than. And I'm not really sure what's going on because every other time I come in here, everything is fine. At first, I thought the day before was an isolated event. It was when something else happened worse the next day when I knew this was not an isolated event. This is how y'all acting here. And I've never really experienced nothing like that in here because I don't come in here for wigs. I come in here for products. So I don't need help. And I headed up to the counter and the lady says, can I help you? I said, can I tell you something? She's like, yeah. I'm like, your employee just tried to snatch this wig out of my hand. And when I said, huh, because I didn't know what he was doing, he tried to snatch it out of my hand again. And he just yelled at me twice, loud. I'm sure you heard it in the middle of the store telling me to give him his display wig back. So I put the wig on the counter. I said, I need you to talk to him about that. Because I do not appreciate being treated like that. That was disrespectful. And I come in here all the time. And I've never been treated like that. And it's not going to start today. So I need you to handle that for me. And she's like, oh my goodness. She's like, well, we're supposed to put it in the wig bag. Do you want me to get your wig back? I said, no. I don't want a wig back. I want you to put the wig in the plastic bag you have up here, and I want to pay for it, and I want to leave. And I said, and also, it is a display wig, so I need that 10% off. Can you do that for me? Yes. Do you have a phone number? She asked me. Yes, I do, because I come here all the time. So I put in my number, and y'all, I promise you, I've never gotten more than like a dollar or two, maybe $5. I've never gotten $10 off in a beauty supply for accumulated point rewards. It doesn't work like that. The beauty supply not giving you $10 off. Like, that's a lot. Sometimes what if I came in with one item and put my number in? You're not going to tell me, oh, you have $10 off. Why? Because y'all don't do that. So on top of the 10% off, she gave me a $10 off once I put my number in, I think because she felt bad. And yes, I did appreciate it, but it was hard for me to show it because, and I didn't mention this, that I had came in the day before and another employee treated me poorly. But I don't like that. And I have to, like, that's why I said, like, you never know who you're messing with. I have a little following on here. I have 10,500 followers, but like, I could have been anybody. You don't know who you're dealing with for you to just treat people however you feel like it, or treat people based on your mood that day. That's not okay. And so I'm gonna need them to do better. And yes, I'm gonna post this video, and yes, I'm gonna use their name. Why? Because that's how the cookie crumbles. Like, you treating me less than and making all types of biases about me. The real joke is that black people are the main ones supporting your businesses, but the main ones you treating like thieves. How does that work? It doesn't.
So I go do closing, right? And the lady had requested a bilingual notary, or Spanish. It didn't matter. So, but they send bilingual. It was on 120th Street in one of them warehouses. So I knock on the door, and the lady answers the door, and I say, "Oh, I'm here to do the closing." She said, "Oh, yo le dijo a la gente que yo necesito una persona que habla español." And I said, "Yo hablo español." She said, "Tú hablas español." Now I'm speaking to her in Spanish, right? So anyway, she said, "Okay, come in." But when she saw my face and she saw who I was, when I say instant attitude, like disgusting, like I can't believe they sent this black person here, and I want to say the other word, but I ain't gonna say it. That's how she was, right? So we sit down, we doing, I'm getting ready to, I'm getting my papers situated, because me, I'm in and out, I don't got time. So I be in and out, have my stuff already together before I get there. She walking around, I don't know what she doing, opening the blinds, she flushing the toilet, she doing everything to piss me off. That's what she was trying to do. Anyway, she finally come and she sit down. She say, "Cuando tú terminas, yo necesito todos los papeles que yo firmé. Y también, tú sabes qué, yo quiero que tú me dejas los papeles aquí y yo lo voy a mandar a la gente." I say, "Señora, tú no puedes hacer eso, yo lo tengo que mandar. Y si tú no lo quieres firmar, no tienes que firmar. Tú no necesitas firmar los papeles. Si tú no quieres firmar los papeles, no lo firmas. Don't sign them. Girl, what you think I want? I don't want your papers at all." So she said, "Y también te voy a tomar una foto para mandar a la gente porque yo quiero saber si ellos te mandaron a ti." Where you think I got your information from? A my culo? No, they sent me here. And you could call them right now and verify this information. I told her, "Tú sabes qué? No vamos a firmar ningún papel. Me voy ahora. Que tú necesitas llamar a la persona que tú llamaste para mandarme, para ellos mandarte a otra persona. Porque de verdad, no me importa si tú firmes o no firmes. Es tu dinero, no la mía. Porque ya yo tengo la mía. Have a good day." Because why you playing in my face? Like, girl, who you think you is? And that's what I be talking about with them white Spanish people. I don't know why y'all think y'all superior. You over black. It's not. We bleed the same color. Our blood is red. But what's not finna happen, you not finna disrespect me. I don't need to take nothing from you at all.
Welcome back, guys, and thank you so much for watching all of that clips. And you guys already know that I said no matter what, if I'm seeing all of this Karen's video, I'm going to bringing it out. See, if it is not necessary, please do not go shop in some areas. I don't know if it is not possible for us, because no matter how hard you are trying, these people literally do not even value the money you're spending. So why not rest your mind? Why not put your money in your pockets? Why not spend the money on places that they are necessary, places and people that we value? Because I don't see any reason why I'll go into a store and you keep following me east, west, north, and south, and you expect me to still get something from that store. How? Like, let it make sense. How? I can't. I simply can't. Because why? You can keep profiling me, east, west, north, and south, and expect me, the same me, to just go ahead and spend my money on stores like that. That is why I really, really love what the first clip I actually wrote out for you guys did. She found out that this lady was following her east, west, north, and south, and then she decided to give her a job to do. Because I feel like a lot of them are jobless. That is why they can literally look into your face and start following you up and down. So since they are jobless, it is very good, it is very okay that you also give them work to do. You also give them some jobs to do. Because if it is not someone that is jobless, you will not tell me that the only thing you can do is to follow people around, is to make people uncomfortable. It's not making sense. So joblessness is what is causing most of these things. So give them something to do, engage them. And the part where you literally see this cop walking up to these guys without proof that they literally stole is something that amazed me. I don't know if this is what they teach these uniform people. Because the last time I checked, they should be more coordinated. They should work with proof. They should understand what it means for you to accuse another person. And to copy the glory great things he has done, I heard that those guys literally sued that particular police officer. They sue her. It is good for them to be getting calmer so that they will understand that we are not like our forefathers. We are not keeping quiet. We are not backing down. If you try us, we are going to unleash. It's as simple as that. We are going to unleash. We don't need to always act as if nothing is happening, blah, 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 blah. If we are seeing it, we are seeing it. If it's happening, it's happening. Let black people be. Let us have our peace of mind. Because most of the things that these people literally accuse black people of doing, they are still the same people doing it. Imagine the one that was shouting, crying that her mother and her auntie was literally harassed, was literally profiled. It's sad when you hear people's stories. Some people are already have trauma already from such kind of horrible things that have happened to them. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Credit belongs to original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in today's episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, and also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And yes, guys, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos, I'm going to be saying bye now. I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys.